Coverage of the New Zealand Tag Nationals 2019 is proudly brought to you by SAS Sport.
Harbour or Hibiscus Coast wearing maroon and gold.
Yeah, this will be a good matchup. Both squads have World Cup experience, in particular the Hibiscus Coast team, led by the player coach Panomi Tafea, who's running at fullback. So they've got a compressed line, so they've got a permanent fullback there, as you can see, in the maroon strip. The Central Knights players come with a lot of experience. A lot of them were rolling with the American Samoa World Cup team at the previous World Cup, so there's a lot of experience on show in this senior mixed final.
You're just going to go through the team list for you, those at home, just so we can have a quick run through the team list here. Hibiscus Coast, double O is Jeremy Chu-Lee. Number 1, captain coach Panomi Tafea. Number 2, Andy Morgan Tafea. Number 3, Irene Talangi. Number 4, Dos Talangi. Number 5, Arama Muavai. Number 7, Angela Pulini. Number 8, Vanessa Elisara. Number 11, Tom Teaiki. 13, Carlos Tunks. 14, Rachel Shepherd. 15, Teria Natapuna. 19, Jono Toda. 23, Corey Nathan. 26, Yanni Hohaya. 33, James Lepper. 38.
Bad luck. Ball went over the try line. Sorry there, Rusty. He had a good kick through on the chase, but when the ball goes over the field of the try line, it's
must be regathered before the try line.
You got it. So restart on the 10.
In number 38, Carl Wadu. 99, Danella Sintanelli. Coach is Panomi Tafea. Just quickly go through the Central Knights. Double O is T Mahi. Number 1, Agnes Dean. 3, Matthew Matamu. 4, Karen Butterworth. 6, Julius Gavitt. 7, Mele Leavalulai. 8, John Akavi. 9, John Masters. 10, Tapita Lambert. 12, Seska Lafuleo. 13, Matt Kennedy. 17, Kincaid Kumito. 18, Nonu Sua. 19, Melissa Varga. 20, Whalekoa Kumato. 21, Jessica Nuimata. 23, Polanga Malo. And 25, Polo Pasileo. Coach is Polongo Malo for the Central Knights, and the coach, as we mentioned before, is Panomi Tafea. Hibiscus now with the restart.
I think this would be Hibiscus's 5th consecutive grand final. Undefeated for 5 consecutive years, so heavily favoured to take this grand final. It's been a team that's been together for a long time. They've got a winning culture within that squad that they've had for a long time, so a lot of the teams have been up for taking them down a peg, and certainly this year in particular, the Central Knights are certainly the side to challenge their position as the best senior mixed team in the country.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of work too to be dominant for so long too, Claude.
Oh, 100%.
That doesn't just happen by showing up. You've got to put the work in, the preparation each year, and the maintenance of that as well, and also to always looking to improve as well, because everybody else, the chasing pack, is trying to improve as well. So you've got to.
Good for the game.
Exactly.
Good for the game.
Yeah, like
you've got to have that team that everyone wants to beat. The bulk of the squad played in the New Zealand senior mixed team that played in the final, the World Cup final against Australia. They were unlucky. They were pipped. Australia too good on the day. They had some really good seasoned veterans in that Australian side that just happened to step up on the day, and they just outpassioned them. But full credit to Panomi's team to get that far at World Cup and to go 2 consecutive World Cup finals and play Australia twice, and came up short with the silver medal, but full credit to Australia. Too good on the day. But here they are today, playing in the grand final for New Zealand national supremacy. Central Knights on the break here.
So would this, if they were successful today, Claude, would that be the fifth consecutive, or would that be sixth consecutive?
I'm pretty sure it's 6. It would
Wow,
be 6.
that's impressive. It takes a lot of work to maintain such a high standard for such a long time.
Oh,
So-
well, you know, it's credit to their coach and the people within the organisation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, many years of coaching, Claude. I always take my hat off to the coaches who put the yards in and do the work with teams, and especially guys who do it for year after year after year, because I know it's a big commitment to be a coach of a successful team and to make their team successful, obviously.
Yeah, it's as you can see there, it's a lot of it is familiarity, been together a long time, and you know, yeah, you're right. Turn up to training.
Yeah.
Turn up to training and learn the moves, you know. And if you're familiar and everyone's on the same page, as you know, as a coach, there, Rusty, you know, the better they gel, the better the side.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought there was a bit unlucky there with that regather from the Hibiscus coach. They both ran past, they overran the ball, and then when they pirouetted, he picked the ball up, and the ref gave possession back to Central Knights. Yeah, nice little kick there from Central Knights. See, he'll get it as well. Plus play there. Nice execution on the kick there. Perfect 50-10. And now here the Central Knights are in prime field position here with a tap restart, a roll ball.
You know, number 12, Seska, is another key player you should watch. There you go on the backdoor play. Beautiful set move there to, you know, gain some good yardage there. You know, 5 off the line. Possession early in the set. Central Knights are looking really good here.
Yeah, Central Knights there just could probably get a little bit deeper. Okay. Yeah.
That was actually a good call.
Yeah.
She just ran straight into the defender.
Yeah.
You know, without any thought at that hole. So, you know, you can get penalised for, you know, not running into the space, just running it directly into the defender, which you just saw then.
Yeah, as you see, it's same rule as basketball there, stationary guard.
100%.
If it's planted, you can't run into them. It's not a contact sport. So now great call from the referee, and Hibiscus once again bringing it out of their half. Yeah, both sides still feeling each other out, I think. Looking for options.
The sign of really good senior mixed sides in particular is you've got to utilise your female players, and you'll find with a lot of the good sides, the first receiver or the female players will play an important role as first receiver or run the set play with the guys, rather than the guys dominating the possession and going in there and being first receiver. You'll find very good senior mixed sides will actually get the female player to get in there and call the set play and execute. So
And that's the difference too between the good sides and the not so good sides as well.
yeah, that's
You know, and it's something we've really seen to come to the fore over the last probably 5 years as well. Is you've seen that the good sides are really targeting that as a must for us to be successful as a mixed side, is to make sure that we incorporate the ladies and the men so that they're working together. You know, rather the old days we'll just put them out on the wing and the guys hog the ball all the time.
yeah,
You know, but you
yeah.
see that, you know, we've moved on from that, and we understand for us to be successful, we need to work together, and we need to embrace our women, you know, and actually start using them as pivots as well, using them as links, you know, not just as wingers. They can offer much more than that.
You've got it. So you got to bring a lot of, I say, you know, a lot of skill sets to the table. It's important. Your woman needs to be able to be confident enough to, you know, call a set play, get the runners going off her feed the hole, or run it her take it herself. So, you know, as you can see with the Central Knights, they base a lot of that on that. And there you go. There's a good break there coming from him. Geez, for a big guy, he moves really well. Yeah, he ate like 15 metres there. So yeah, they're hot on attack here.
Also lost is a Partia Warriors size 12 blue jacket.
We've got referee today, Vern Wilson, seasoned New Zealand tag referee. Has been around a very long time, knows the game intimately, and he's one of our best refs in the country.
belongs to Levi Umampi.
Yeah, Vern's done a lot of work at our National Māori Rugby League tournament as well, a lot of refereeing there, so yeah, he's continues to contribute to our game there by being one of our officials, so no, testament to his work and his commitment to our sport. He's always there to contribute, and he always does a good job as well, Vern. So it's still locked up here, both sides still trying to look for that elusive opening try. Actually like the shape of the Central Knights there. They've got nice depth off the ruck there. They're looking good on attack. And see Woman again going into first receivers. Show and go. But the Hibiscus Coast defence is up to the task. Yeah, I think the attack there was just guilty of being a little bit flat-footed there, Claude.
Yeah.
You've actually got to push onto the ball and push up and move that defence around a bit. You can't wait for the ball and then attack.
So when a player kicks through, the defender can dive on the ball. The player who kicked the ball through cannot dive on the ball.
Yeah.
The right away goes to the defender. So when players are doing a little settle as they've just done then, they're looking for that opportunity for the lazy tag. So they'll test the line each time. In this instance here, Hibiscus are up to the task.
Yeah, number one there for Central, Agnes Dean. She was pushing through for the try there.
They had the tag. They had his number.
Yeah.
Speaking of numbers, those white numbers are a little bit hard to see, mate. It's a challenge on the eyes. It's a challenge on my eyes. Put it that way.
And Panomi here is just rolling the subs nice and quick there. Needs some fresh legs out there. Senior mixed grand final in 2019.
Not sure whether slowing the game down is the right option to do here. You really would want to look at, increasing the pace. Fatigue the other side. Use your fitness and pressure the other sides, rather than slowing it down. You're just laying down to their level.
You're quite keen and just want to find out what the logistics are. You come into the app and talk to Helen. Young Helen, she's up here. She will give you the breakdown of what it's like to
Okay, so there's a penalty there. Restart for Hibiscus.
But you can check out the stream.
Yeah,
Shop live
game still sort of
the game.
it's still locked up here.
Common tactic is trying to isolate the female defenders.
Yeah.
So you get the men running at the holes where the ladies are. That's a lot of teams like to manipulate that. But if you've got a team where your girls are certainly up to the task with defending on that D line as well as the guys, that equates to a very good side.
And can turn that into a strength for the team as well, when you've got those girls who are flying
go.
under the radar a bit, and they're actually one of the better defenders.
Yeah. Kaz or Karen Butterworth, she just demonstrated there that from Central Knights. She's been around a long time. She knows how to, she understands the importance of defence and the importance of a female in a mixed game. You've got to turn up. You've got to turn up. If a guy's running at you at pace, take that tag. Don't be intimidated by it. And she's certainly demonstrated that just then on holding a defensive line when a male player is coming at you and trying to manipulate your defensive area.
A mass subbing there for the Central Knights there. They were looking for fresh legs there. There's just sub seven of the 8 players.
Yeah, box set.
Yeah, roll it.
Yeah, so mixed the dynamics. I think with probably touch football and tag, and I'm not sure whether there's any other sports that has a team event where you mix it up. Maybe volleyball, but it's a game. It's an oval ball game where you've got both male and female out there, and I love it. I think it's a fantastic concept. It keeps it interesting.
I always enjoyed it as a player as well, Claude. It was always enjoyable. Just like the dynamic of interacting with the ladies playing sport. So just put a new perspective for me as especially in the oval sports, playing in just male teams, and then to have the opportunity to play alongside the women was really cool. It was quite it was quite a nice change.
Oh, look at that! Through the dummy on the grubber. spins, gets through, 2-pointer, easy.
It's very, very sharp work there from the Hibiscus Coast number 4 there, Dos Talangi.
Dos Talangi.
Yeah,
he's been a key component. Dos has been a key component with this team for a very long time. He's their go-to man in those middles there. So
on the replay here, we can just see him just holding it out with his right hand there, showing, feigning for the kick there, and then just pulling it back in. Seeing that little gap there just in front of the 2-point zone. And there it is, the 2-point try.
Right down the middle too. Got them right down the middle. So, I mean, again, he threw the spin. It was a lazy tag. He got there, and full credit. That's what you look for in this game. Male and female, but that's senior mixed is a grade that's evolved from the open mixed, and it's very popular, especially in Australia and in the UK and in Ireland as well. It's a big grade. There's a World Cup coming up in 2021 in Limerick in Ireland, and these teams are certainly looking at competing up there and getting picked for the national sides and getting up there. So it's exciting times for the next 3 years. It's going to be a fantastic event.
Limerick. He's going to have a few more fundraisers to get those teams from New Zealand up there, Claude.
And indeed.
Hey.
I'm sure our friends up there, Simon Bewley, he's part of the Irish Tag Association, and he's certainly going to put on a good show. We're really excited. So it's a matter of just getting our teams organised and selected and going through the processes. Should be exciting.
So with it being in the Northern Hemisphere, is that the first time it's been to the Northern Hemisphere?
First time. Look, we're trying to grow the game.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. It's a game that's grown very quickly in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
We're chasing our tails a little bit, to be honest. It's every year our tournaments get bigger and bigger, and we've been running off 14 fields this weekend. We've had over 2,000 competitors. It's been
it's amazing,
fantastic weekend of tag.
Yeah.
Playing from grades from 20s all the way up to 45s masters grades, open grades, open men's, women's and mixed. So numbers have increased. It's a game for everybody, as you can see. It's all body types, shapes and sizes, because the reality is that tag looks really simple, it looks slow, anyone can do it, but let me tell you from experience, when you get out there and you try and pull that tag, hitting that hole at pace, it's not as easy as you think. It's a very tough game.
But also too, Claude, with it being looking to go to Limerick and Ireland now, with
easy
nice try.
Beautiful try.
Just a simple miss tag there. Simple miss tag.
Number on that, number
17. Kincaid Kumito. Yeah, just a really simple play. Numbers shifting out to the left edge there. And just a miss tag.
Look, they needed that. They really needed that.
But like you said, there are times you think it's easy, but you can just miss a simple tag, and that's how the game goes.
Yeah. When you're holding that D, do not miss that tag. It may look easy, so you don't want to be that guy or that girl that misses that simple tag. But
getting back to the World Cup in Limerick,
sure.
Claude, would that mean now, with it being Northern Hemisphere, would you be looking to go at another time of the year in their summer?
Yes.
Rather than our winter for the first time?
There's still to release the dates, but it's looking around about August, which is the tail end of the Northern Hemisphere summer.
Right.
But yeah, it is winter over here, and it's usually the finals during that period of time for our winter codes like rugby and league.
Yeah.
So it's really finding those players who can commit now.
Yeah.
Because we've got let's be honest, it's going to be an expensive trip to get up there. The euro is strong.
Yeah.
Kiwi dollar's not that strong. So it all comes down to good planning.
Absolutely.
We got Stuart McConnell, who's the ITF chairman, and himself and Simon Bewley from Ireland Tag, who are leading the charge and making sure this tournament's a success. What a spin and a swivel from the Hibiscus Coast, 2-pointer. Beautiful run. There you go. She contributed. She took the line on. Show and go. Through the twist in the hips.
Just looking at the replay here, And just a slight little twist of the hips as she approached the two defenders. Smart work, Vanessa Alisara. Well done, that was really, really smart individual play there. Saw the little option there, but then again, just to twist the hips as she approached the defenders and then took the option away from the tag. So congratulations there, nice try.
Yeah, look, I said, the ladies in the team, they have to contribute just as much as the guys.
Absolutely.
And they have to bring just as much intensity as the guys do. That's half time.
Quality performance. And nice way to go into half time there with that nice try to Alisara. Vanessa Alisara. Yeah, very, very nice. And real confidence there as well. Some vision and confidence there to see the hole and then to back herself as well. Put the little hip twist in there.
You find with the female players when they come in for the first time in mixed, they tend to when the guys get into that line on attack, they'll sort of step back a bit, let the men call the shots, let the guys step in that first receiver. There was a case of this team's been together a long time. There's confidence there that hey, our ladies are just as good on attack. Let's give them an opportunity to
absolutely
to take the line on, and it's exactly what we'd been discussing earlier, Rusty. That's exactly what happens. This is a team that shares the workload.
Yep.
And everybody has to put in. And it doesn't matter if there's a guy in front of you. If you're taking that line on, as a female, well, do your best. Try and get that tag off me. Full credit to Vanessa Alisara. Beautiful try, individual effort, and she went straight down the middle and scored a bonus box 2-pointer. So, getting back to that World Cup, it's going to be very exciting. It's a cool place to go to. Everybody in New Zealand is pretty excited. So it's a case of getting everybody together. It is going to come down to finances and good planning. That's important for us. We need to have good planning from all our individual nations, because we've got the Pacific nations who all come out of New Zealand. Most of the Pacific nations players play in our leagues. So a lot of the players are New Zealand-based players. So the Pacific nations will certainly be putting their energies into getting their teams over the line as well. So exciting times ahead.
So ballpark figure, Claude, like last year in Coffs Harbour in the World Cup, how many teams came out of New Zealand?
We managed to get, there was 14 New Zealand representative sides. We had 6 New Zealand Barbarian sides, and there were, I think, another 6 Māori teams that toured at the last World Cup.
And then you've got a lot of the Pacific base.
And then we had all the Pacific bases. So all up there was probably about over 50, 60 teams.
Wow, that's a massive contribution.
It's huge. Over 180 teams were at the World Cup, so
that's amazing.
It was massive. There was 24 fields going at Coffs Harbour. It was a fantastic event. OzTag Australia, led by Bill Harrigan, the former NRL referee. He was the chief tournament director, and he did a fantastic job. So it's Ireland's turn now, and these teams will be certainly getting ready for that tournament later on. In August of 2021.
But I guess what everybody wants to know is Bill taking the band up to Ireland? Is he taking the band up?
He's taking the band. He's taking the crew up there, mate. And we'll have Billy belting out those tunes during the day, and running and helping out run that tournament.
Just to update all our viewers at home there, and for those of you who are familiar with the NRL, Billy Harrigan was a very, very high-profile referee, but has spent a lot of time getting tag up and going, but just started a musical career there now, and
he's certainly got some lungs on him. He can certainly belt out some tunes as well. He's got some hidden talent there.
Oh well, there you go. You just never know. But Hibiscus here defending their 3-point lead here at 4 points to 1 here as we start the second half. And as Claude mentioned already, 5-time champions back to back. And now looking to add number 6 to the cabinet. Just a little unforced error there. Panomi there just organising there the sweeper. Now he's got a job here to defend up. Play on. No. Okay, referee scored back to 1 here. So Central gets the restart on halfway.
Watch this guy, T. Mahi for Central Knights. He's been around a very long time. He's a very experienced tag player. Had a very successful rugby league career as well. And this guy, you certainly want to get the ball to him. He still carries a lot of pace in this grade. So, you know...
yeah, natural footballer.
Yeah, you look for that.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of coaching him when I coached the Auckland side, and used to play for Glenora at that time. And
That's right.
Very classy young fullback. He started off as a winger, but then got an opportunity to play fullback, and they saw the skills the guy had. Is very, very good under the high ball, and a classic finisher as well. So he scored a lot of tries, picking up the top try scorer in Auckland as well.
Oh,
So,
great acquisition to any team.
Yeah, so
You know, especially for Central Knights, to their, to their benefit. They've got a class act there.
absolutely. T. Mahi wearing the 00. So there might be a whānau from James Bond, 007, one of his whānau. Here we go with the ladies bringing it out there again. The girls, again, as you mentioned, prominent in the game there. So, and it's the mark of any successful mixed team is the inclusion of the women and embracing of the women. And very, very evident in the successful mixed teams. Vanessa Alisara there, the last try scorer, that 2-pointer before half-time there. Nice drive up the centre of the field there. That was Angela Pellini there going to the right edge.
Switching it back, going for the 50-10. No, he's not.
Nice show and go.
Played the
Nice,
numbers down
playing
that
behind the line. Wow,
Got him.
defender lost the try line there, eh?
I think he did.
He ended up backing himself looking for the dead ball there.
Did he award the try, did he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. Oh, well down Hibiscus Coast. That takes it to a 4-1 lead. They just played the numbers game down that blind side. Switched it back. Count heads. Hands. Try in the corner. I think he just didn't realise where he was at. He was putting the ball down. So
Yeah, it was number 13 there for Hibiscus there. Carlos Tunks. Couldn't believe his luck there. The defender carried on, backing up over the try line. He gifted that 1-pointer. So extending the lead now out to 5 points to 1. The 4-point deficit now.
here he goes. Person will just. No, he's off the mark. Well, the referee could have stung him there.
Yeah. But his dummy half was waiting back at the mark, so the referee sort of gave him a little bit of leeway there.
They played it the same. Oh, unlucky Central.
Yeah.
Unlucky
Down.
Central.
And a nice little break there. Nice pick up on the loose ball. Yeah, closing the gap.
Yep.
And give away a penalty as well.
So with tag, if the ball goes to ground, the advantage rule applies. If you knock the ball back, the ball is still live. That's the cool thing about the game, is that you got the opportunity to keep playing. If the ball knocks back, you can just keep going.
Yeah, but the Hibiscus Coast mixed team here are just seeming to getting just a bit more momentum at the moment. They just seem to be, everything seems to be going their way at the moment.
There's structure,
Yeah.
Just they've been together a long time.
Yeah.
They're familiar.
It's like the old saying, Claude, the harder you work, the luckier you get, hey?
Sam.
Nice work on the edge. Oh, what's that tag?
Yep. Referee Vern called the tag. So bring it back to the original mark.
Yeah, Hibiscus are really just showing their experience now, the combinations. Look at that wrap around there. That's beautiful, yeah.
What a wrap. And as you can see, it was the female players contributing to that set play. That's the sign of a very good senior mix side.
Yeah.
Utilising all their their personnel. He's dropped the kick in there. He's entitled to that. Great regather. All he's got to do is off the...
Oh, nice tag. Tom Tiaki, eh? Okay, so they've brought it back to the penalty here. Someone dropped the shoulder into an attacker. Referee Van Wilson won't tolerate any of that nonsense.
Full set of 6, 10 metres off the line. You couldn't ask for a better field position. This is where Panomi Tafea, number 1 for Hibiscus Coast, you'll find that he'll get in there around those middles there. Him alongside, Dos Talangi. They'll be running a lot of set plays from them. Here we go. Panomi with the ball.
Oh,
look for it. Unlucky pass.
Just couldn't hold on to the ball there, so gifted there.
Fantastic
Position
defence
back.
by Central Knights to, take that play down.
Yeah, so we just got inside 12 minutes to go now, so Central really need to get a move on. They need to try and get some momentum, put some pressure on Hibiscus, and they really try and get the next try on the board if possible. Otherwise it could start really slipping away from them.
I really think they should be looking at maybe the outer channels, not so much trying to go down on those unders passes down the middle and go for that little grubber kick, because it hasn't worked. I think they've probably got more chance with the likes of the John Akavis and the John Masters to get ball in hand up those outer channels, and maybe try and isolate a female defender.
Yeah,
it's probably where they want to take it. They haven't had many opportunities because Hibiscus have closed them out and shut down their space.
Yeah, like as you say, those proven combinations they've got out there, they're working on defense as well. So they know each other's game and they're just talking all the time. So they're so calm and organised.
Look at that. That was just a simple drawn pass.
Yeah.
All it was a simple drawn pass down that right flank, and
the yardage.
Eat up 20 metres easily, and it was nothing fancy, just outside draw pass.
And then Vanessa there with that nice dummy and go. It's just, again, the girls are playing a prominent role. She's in there in the settling.
But look what they got set on the left here. Here we go. We've got something here. There you go.
Yeah, just change the
point
of
the angle. Yep. Off he goes.
And then here
numbers.
Then you capitalise off the back of it.
He tried to drop it on his foot. He just ran straight into him. Yeah, that's a penalty.
Yeah, that wasn't a smart execution there. Thought the idea was right, but just didn't execute it very well.
The bigger players you get, these big 6 foot guys running those holes. Let me tell you, it's a challenge to get those tags off someone hitting that hole at pace.
Yeah,
and they're like, they're units. you think twice. You think twice about pulling that tag. That's where good defenders, they aim up on those tags. They never miss. Speaking of good tags, great defence.
Yeah, nice.
Great defence.
Yeah, and got both of them as well. Quality. Yeah, there he is.
Complete that set. D up hard.
And you can just see the experience when you can see the quality of the defender as well, when they can remove both of them at the same time so quickly and do it consistently. That's sharp defence.
Yeah.
Very sharp.
That Kincaid, Kumitau has been very busy. I think he should be getting more involved there and taking them on, like as he is doing now. It's really he needs to. I guess Central's strategy should be to break that line up. Create a chink and draw someone up to break that line, and then maybe get that little half gap so you can run that unders line, score that try in the 2-pointer.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're their own worst enemies at the moment.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for them, time is of the essence. Although it's only 4 points, it's going to take some time to get the 4 points, and we're just inside 8 minutes now, so they've certainly got a big challenge ahead of them there to come back into this match.
There you go. Ran into the defender again.
Yep. Look,
there's a good opportunity here. They can get a 2-pointer. Yeah, hands, just as we talked about. There you go, out of channels. Beautiful try.
And it's that man you mentioned again, Kincaid.
It's the one.
Yeah, Kumito.
Yep, that's a try. So, like we alluded earlier, it was the outer channels where they're probably going to get more luck. You know, trying to go down those middles. They, you know, Hibiscus Coast could see that. They were reading it. You know, their best opportunity was get on the flanks, get those guys down there, and there was a case in point.
And what we saw there also too from Kincaid, there was some athleticism there.
Yeah, for a big guy, nice.
You know, exactly, yeah, and it was perfect arc in that dive there, and it was grounded perfectly. So, yeah, nice skills and a lovely finish there from Kincaid. So well done.
So I'm holding up my 10 card. 10.
Yeah, you know, these gold medal at the diving, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's they're giving them a chance here. It's brought them back into the match. 3-point margin now, 5 points to 2.
All they got to do is just jam them here, keep
Yep.
them here, force an error.
Yep.
Then they get the ball back, and they got another set of 6.
Yeah, hope
In
is
their
still
green
alive, eh?
Hope's still there.
Absolutely. You see T Mahi here just on this right edge as well. So again, if they get the attack, that's one of the guys you want to go to as a link on this right edge here and try and use his ladies on the outside.
100%.
You're looking for your photos, Mike Ferry, that's from downstairs. Big thank you to all our wonderful families and supporters and sponsors for getting all their teams here, to our referees that's come near and far. And we are
Nice.
Well, he's taking full advantage of his
all our
speed.
games,
Nice tag. Beautiful tag. Was that 6, was it? Yep.
Yep.
It was a 6.
on
Central
our
get the
New
ball back.
Zealand Tag Football Facebook.
Nah, certainly a great play there. And number 11 there, Tom Te Aiki. He's a very, very skillful player. Nice balance. Great coordination. But the defence was equal to the task on that occasion.
Solid run by Kaz Butterworth. Going for the 50-10. Oh, that's looking good. It's a 50-10. Brilliant kick. That's a skill in itself, isn't it?
It was a great kick.
Look at
great
that.
skills.
They're back in this.
Yeah, hot on
Hot
attack.
on attack. Early in the set, full set of 6 to go. They can
Perfectly.
peg a 2-pointer here. You know, it's only a 1-point deficit.
Just goes to show how one moment can change momentum.
Yeah.
And there it was, a perfectly executed 50-10. And puts Central back into a attacking, hot on attack, a great attacking position now for the Central Knights.
The Knights will be looking to isolate that female defender. They're looking for it. Quick play there, drawn pass. Beautiful tag. Beautiful tag. What? He gave it?
Yeah, 1 point.
Wow.
Here's a lovely dive there. Like to see the replay on that.
Yeah, look at the replay there. Grab him, he went through. Oh, yep. Yeah, simultaneous. It would give that. That's game on then.
Certainly was. That was number 6, Julius Gavitt. Well done. So certainly made it interesting here as it's 5-3, a 2-point margin with 3 minutes to go. A 2-pointer would really make it interesting, wouldn't it, Claude? A 2-pointer by the Knights and tying the game up with inside the last 2 minutes.
Anything can happen in a game of tag. Anything can happen.
Here we are now with the Hibiscus got to play the ball now, hot on attack here at the 50-metre line. And their opportunity here to attempt the 50-10. But their
Ball is
sweeper's
short.
well positioned there. 13, Matt Kennedy. Well preempted there,
Grab the
smart
shorts.
move.
Okay, so you can't grab the shorts and tag. If the defending player grabs any part of the uniform, it is deemed a penalty, an immediate penalty. You've got to only grab the tags on the sides of the shorts.
There we go. Te Mahi there looking to get a break on the outside edge there, and no doubt if he had got a line break, it would have been all over, because the man has a amazing set of pace on him, even at his age. Now, it definitely would have been a 2-pointer in a tied ball match.
They're just trying to compress the D by just stalling, holding up the flat footing of the defence. Hasn't come off, but they are, Central are trying to look for any opportunity to change up their attack. They've tried those inside channels, it hasn't worked. So they've been successful on the outer channels, and then a couple of lazy tags put them back in it. So very good.
Well, it certainly has become quite exciting here with only a 2-point margin when we're inside the last 2 minutes.
They got the ball back. This could come down to sudden death. They can score a 2-pointer here.
Looks like it's a 1-pointer here.
Sure is.
Oh, it's a cliffhanger. It's a 1-point margin with 1.5 minutes to go. Great try. So, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers at home, here we are. We're inside the last minute. And Hibiscus Coast, all they need to do is hang on to the ball and run out the clock. 5-4. 1-point margin. Yeah, all they have to do is wind that clock down. Coming up to half a minute now. There it is, 30 seconds to go. So all they have to do is hold the ball for another 3 play the balls, and that should be enough time to get to the hooter. And as the clock winds down here, Auckland is coming down to maybe their last opportunity to score and try and level the match. Te Mahi from dummy half.
It's time.
And here's the hooter. There's the final play of the match. And Hibiscus there add to their illustrious career of success with their 6th consecutive title. Claude, what a testament to the work and to the effort of their coach and their players.
Actually, I think the I have a feeling that this may be I'm not sure, this may be a draw. The scoring may be incorrect. We'll just get some clarification from that. If you can just hold for a minute.
Don't forget to do your penalty. Because no one's taking their tags off. It'll be a drop off.
Okay,
Look, we'll just get a clarification on this, but we had our score was at 5-4 to Hibiscus, but according to the referee scorecard, maybe the 2-point may have been misinterpreted as a 1-pointer. So we'll get clarification on the referees. But to me, from the outside looking in, it does look like it's a draw, and there may be a drop off. There most likely is a drop off, because there was no immediate celebration at the end of the game, which clearly means that they both of the opinion that it was a draw, according to their scorecard on the sideline, and both teams were in agreement. So I'm looking at it here. Just get some clarification from our officials. I'll be back to you shortly. Rusty.
Okay, Claude. Yeah, just waiting for confirmation on the score, but it does look like the teams are preparing for a drop-off. And in tag under in the NZTFI, drop-off will actually straight away be reduced to 5 players each team, and it'll be a golden point scenario. But if a side is scored on, they have one set as a right of reply, so they do get one set to try and equal the score. But other than that, it's a golden point scenario, starting with 5. After every second set, both sides will lose a player. So after each team has had one set with the ball, they will have then a drop-off, so the 5 will reduce to 4, and so on. But yeah, it's a golden point with the side being scored on having one set as a right of reply to try and level the score, if they concede a try.
Hello world. Hello people up there.
Okay, well, apologies to our viewers at home there. We had the wrong score on screen. We've had the confirmation now that the score was 4-all. So that last try from Central drew the match. And we'll now go into the drop-off scenario. 5 players on the field. And Hibiscus looks like they've chosen to kick off. And so they'll take the first set of defence with the Central Knights. And the possibility of an upset here, taking out the perennial favourites, Hibiscus. And they've given themselves an opportunity. Claude, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, both sides have accepted it's a 4-all draw. Probably a technicality on our side of the fence with regards to the score that we were live streaming. So both these captains have agreed that it is a draw. So it's we go to the finals football format, which is a 5-on-5 format. I guess that's what they're waiting for. We just want confirmation from the officials who are standing there on the field there. I'm not sure what they're doing, but we're ready to go.
So exciting stuff. 5-man drop off, or 5 men and women I should say each side. And Hibiscus, the favourites coming into this, as Claude mentioned earlier. 5 years in a row they've won the Mixed Open, and bulk of the team being the New Zealand Mixed Open team. Senior mixed side I should say, sorry, not open mixed, it's senior mixed. So that's over 30s, 35. So the Auckland Metro side here, Auckland Central Metro, has an opportunity now to upset the favourites, being the dark horse. And they have an opportunity of upsetting the apple cart here by a considerable amount here if they can upstage their more illustrious opponents. Okay, and here we go. Looks like we're ready to get underway. Officials getting to their starting positions.
We have a drop-off happening, so we're just holding it up. We won't be once we get a result from that drop-off.
Oh, Hibiscus here. They don't kick off, they tap restart. So they start off with the first set of attack. We're seeing some pace here. There's an opportunity straight away. And yeah, so the 19 there, Jono Toda, just isolating that female defender on the left edge for the Central Knights. And then followed up there by Tom Tiaiki, finishing off that play. So now, as we said, the Central Knights will have one set as a right of reply. All right, so it is a golden point scenario, but they do get one set as a right of reply. So they need to score on the set, otherwise Hibiscus have won their 6th consecutive national title.
Okay, 5 on 5. Sudden there, first to score.
Now this is their right of reply, Claude.
Is it? They scored straight away, did they?
Yeah, Hibiscus scored straight away. Nice tag, great chase. So they've got I think they've got 2 plays left, Claude, after this.
Let's score on these.
Yeah, there's their one set, their right of reply. Okay.
Is it?
That's the ball game. And Hibiscus there, clinical.
Game, set and match.
And a smart move there by Tom Tiaiko. Just finished that off, but it was really nice work from this is number 8. Jono Toda, number 19. That was beautiful. He isolated the left winger, got around her, and then the cover defender had to come across. And as soon as the cover defender came across, it left it open on the inside for the inside ball to Tom Tiaki.
Yeah, look,
and Tom finished it off.
Yeah, look, Hibiscus had originally on our scores had it 5-4, so it eventually ended up being the team that eventually won it. So no issue there. They've got the spoils. So congratulations to Hibiscus Coast. I believe that will be their 6th year. Rusty.
Yep, there it is, and congratulations to Hibiscus and their amazing success.
Next round will be round 7.
To all our viewers at home, we'll see you very shortly with the next live grand final coming to you from 2019 New Zealand Tag Nationals.
Field 1.
Coverage of the New Zealand Tag Nationals 2019 is proudly brought to you by SAS Sport. Coverage of the New Zealand Tag Nationals 2019 is proudly brought to you by SAS Sport.
And welcome back to the 2019 New Zealand Tag Nationals. We just witnessed an amazing drop-off game and a victory to the Hibiscus senior mixed team as we prepare for the grand final of the 35 men's grade senior men's Wellington versus Hibiscus Coast.
So this is a senior men's grade where we combine the 30s men's and the 35s men's together. We've had a surprise out of this one. We've had the Wellington men's 35s dark horse team just come out of nowhere and smash all these younger sides. So the senior men's final is going to be very exciting. Wellington 35s men's versus the Hibiscus Coast 30s men's. So we've got experience versus youth in the senior grades. So we're excited. This should be a great game.
And we're straight into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Senior men's grand final.
I'll just quickly run through our team list for us. Starting with the Hibiscus men's team. Number 0 is Robbie Davies. Number 1, David Tapine. 3, Kyle Brownlee. 4, Kamal Gainley. 5, Sean Gasson. 6, TK Davidson. 7, Daniel Amos. 8, Lenny Salusi. 10, Willie Fowler. 11, Blair Price. 12, Setu Matafeo. 13, Willie Walker. 14, Chad Campbell. 15, Tony Fatatau. 17, Richie Ritamani. 23, Gid Sapadoro. And 34, Mark Goulding. And they're coached by Daniel Amos.
Players to watch for Hibiscus Coast will be Kamal Ganley. Very good middles player, high work rate. Represented New Zealand at the 2015 World Cup in Sunshine Coast. The guy's got skill. He's certainly one of your go-to players. But this Hibiscus Coast team, you've got World Cups experience as well. A lot of these guys went to the recent World Cup as well. So, it's no surprise they ended up top of the table. And but the surprise packet was the Wellington 35s being able to, punch above their weight and get this far and make the grand final.
Exactly, especially playing against predominantly the younger teams. Just shows that they've got some real skill, and obviously there's got to be some team cohesion and teamwork in there for them to come through to the grand final in such a hotly contested grade as well.
It is.
I'll just quickly run through. Just wait for Hibiscus to finish the set here. If they look like they might be in a scoring. There it is there. Lovely work on the left edge there. Opportunity out wide there, and a skip pass straight out to the left winger. And he finished gladly there with open arms. Good set of hands. Nice long ball from there. Number 9. This is number 10. Number 10 for Hibiscus Coast is Willie Fowler. So nice finish out there, Willie Fowler. I'll just quickly go through the Wellington's team. 0 is Hayden Head. Number 1, Vice Salatele. 2, Craig Dean. 3, Jade Ning. 4, Adam Vardy. 5, Brady Merland. 7, Dino Perez. 9, Luke Watini. 11, Tom Snow. 12, William Todima. 13, Eugene Martin. 14, Lole Fui Maono. 14, John Masanga. 24, Joe Southey. 33, Michael McPhail. 50, Derek Renata. And coach is Jade Ning.
The player to watch too here is Jade Ning, the player coach of this side. This guy has a wealth of experience. Been to represented New Zealand in all the grades since the open men's all the way through the age groups 30s. He's been around a long time. A tag football brain. The guy's been one of the key figures in creating what tag in Wellington region is all about. He's a long-serving student of the game, so it's so good to see him there leading his team to the senior men's grand final.
One of the real stalwarts, Claude?
Jade Nee, mate. Great player.
Yeah.
This team has the experience, but maybe the legs on the Hibiscus boys is maybe a little bit too much for these guys, and it's early days. Let's see if they can peg this back.
Yeah, just nice work there. Simple play there, missed tag, costing them the opportunity. That was 13 there, Willie Walker going across to score that try, extending the lead out to 2-0 for Hibiscus. Oh, and another error there from Wellington, letting their ball go dead. And now they're under the pump once again with a goal line drop from the 2-point box.
Geez, that's an understatement. They're under the pump, all right. Let's see if they can hold out. Possession back to Hibiscus. Let's see if they can get a deep kick, go halfway. But they can only try. Yeah, they've got a strong wind coming from east to west, so it's very hard for these boys to take it back.
Oh, that was unlucky.
Okay, I'll just hand you over to our man Afisa Tunu'u. Welcome, Afisa.
I wish it was a happy welcome. Unfortunately, we didn't go too well in the final, but it was, how would you say, Tag was the winner at the end of the day?
Well, Hibiscus had a good start here, Officer. Yeah, they've had opening 2 tries and made it look quite easy as well. Just a couple of simple missed tags from Wellington, unfortunately for them. And so Hibiscus are in the driver's seat at the moment. But yeah, Wellington needs, looks like they're getting a bit of momentum now, getting a bit of possession.
Yes, it's a well drilled Hibiscus team. They I can see a few senior campaigners there.
Yeah, Claude just mentioned that a lot of them just come back from the World Cup as well, so they're yeah, very experienced team. And, some experienced combinations as well inside the Hibiscus side that played together for the New Zealand team. So, you know, tried and true combinations as Wellington make a break down the right hand edge here. Okay, and that was defused by good defence here. And the Hibiscus again, I no doubt they'll just take control now.
So a few of those guys, interesting to see they're playing for the 35s.
35s from Wellington, yeah, and so they mixed the grade and played in 35s and 30s, played the same grade.
Sure.
So a great achievement for the 35s to come through the 30s grade and make the grand final against very solid under 30 over 30 side, yeah.
And I recognise a few of those guys because a few of them are in our team in the New Zealand 45, so they're experienced players. But you know, they're in the northern end of 40, but still
jamming with the young guys, eh?
The young ones, yeah, looking good.
That's impressive to play over 45s and then play over 30s. You know, that's giving yourself a challenge. So well done to them and good on them.
And unfortunately there, that second bounce sort of bounced on the wrong side of the line, so it's a 10-metre restart to Wellington as they go down the right edge. A couple of good settles.
So what was the result of your game there, Officer?
Well, we came
Just fill us in.
We came a solid second. It was a game of 2 halves. We went down 4-0 at half time to East Auckland, and they had a good start, and then we finished strong with 3 unanswered tries, but to
make it more respectable.
Well, you know, we were beaten by time. How's that?
Oh yeah, beaten by time, father time.
The time, yeah, the clock didn't work out, so we unfortunately couldn't get there. But it was good. You know, nice to play with Wellington, my old team, my old province, and make some new friends and some good tag played.
Oh, good on you, mate, for getting out there and giving it a go as well.
And,
back here with
stray foot there. I think they went to a chip through and a foot came out, and I think he got a clock one on the ankle there. He's sort of struggling to sub off. So Wellington possession with 20 out, putting it through the hands just to spread the field and get a play going from the left edge.
It's a nice little rep.
Attacking there, keeping that ruck honest, coming back in, chopping back in.
Yeah, but Claude just mentioned before he departed there that this was the real surprise package, because there wasn't a lot known about this Wellington side apart from the likes of Chad Ning and that. They weren't expected to make the final, so yeah, so that's a big feat already, a great achievement just to be here, especially when they're competing against under 30s or over 30s, I should say, but younger teams.
Yeah, I suppose it's again it's a numbers game, and how do you balance it up, but still,
yeah,
to get them out to compete, and that's the thing. What the beauty of the game of tag is that not only it's a game of all shapes and sizes and different skill sets, but all ages.
Absolutely,
you still can compete even from 30, 35s, from 40s to 45s. There's some guys that are smart, good ball players, and the ball does do the work. And yeah, it does help to have some fresher legs. But
yeah, bro.
That's why you have subs.
But I think that's what has made it so popular, is that it's much more inclusive, like touch used to be. You know, it's more about family and more about, you know, and the different body shapes and the different ages and everybody, being included. So I think that's where touch has sort of moved away a bit and tag's sort of taken that mantle. And it's so cool to see all our family members and mates out there all participating.
Nice little late cut there, double cut there, going back and attacking the ruck, and Wellington again just watching and just dragging that dummy half defender across, and there was just that half gap and he dived into to score a try. So it was well played by Wellington. Yeah, I know what you mean by
was that a two-pointer?
Touch? No, that was a one-pointer there, just on the edge on that far right side.
That was nice though, double cut.
It was a nice little double cut, but again, when you drag that marker across and there's that inside and that pop there and the dive, and it's just, you know, dragging for that that tag. So that was a well played, a well maneuvered move.
Nice football. Yeah, nice set move. Yeah, but like you're saying, bro, the inclusiveness of touch is, of tag is something that touch used to be, but doesn't have as much of now as it was back when it started. And this is where tag, I think, has really capitalised on that.
Well, the participation this weekend, I'm sure Claude will obviously have the numbers, but
yeah, just over 2,000,
and that's amazing, and that's good, you know, for a weekend of all our youth, and I mean we say youth, but I mean youth up to youth of under 50s. It's all involved, so it's been a successful weekend on that regard.
Yeah, and then in December we had the little juniors and schoolboys tournament, and that was massive, and there was over 120 teams at that tournament, and they were close to 3,000 players at that tournament, and it just goes to show how much the game is growing, and so quickly too, Officer.
Yeah, 100% there with participation of all our young, and I was involved in that one there as a referee.
Oh wow.
You know, I wanted to see why the referee, and we give them such a hard time, so I put my hand up for it. Oh boy, I have so much more respect for referees now.
Good on you, mate.
I promise I'll never say a thing to him again as the Wellington team break out. Unfortunately, it was a tag there just on the halfway, and as he brings it back. But Wellington starting to gather some momentum with a good kick, and not quite getting the bounce that we needed. So it's an inclusive game for all, and if you can't play anymore, then grab a whistle, and there are courses there to help you understand. They even show you how to blow a whistle, how those professionals do it on TV. It's quite cool, and you sort of play it like a trumpet.
But my children played for the first time in their national tournament, Officer. And it was just so cute seeing all our babies running around, and you know, with the lead-up song, seeing them dancing before each game. And it was just such, and the joy and the smiles you could see. It was so cool to see how happy they were playing tag. It was really cool.
And you see the tags. I mean, they're one of the cutest ones. You see the tags that on the men that are out there now. Some of the tags on some of the kids are actually dragging on the ground.
They were so small.
Small.
Oh yeah, but that was so cute.
But it was you know, they're out there having a go, and it's so cool. It's so cool to watch.
Yeah, no, it was just wonderful to see that such sheer numbers as well. It just goes to show how popular our sport is, you know, and to see how much tag has grown and how popular it's become. There's Hibiscus set up for another raid down the left edge. Nice defence from the Wellington team here. Certainly got a game on our hands here at 2-1. Oh, as Hibiscus extend that score. Lovely footwork there, just a show and the go. A twist of the hips. As we just look at the replay. Nice, off the right foot. A little bit of a twist of the hips there. Nice work, number 23. Oh, Gid Spidotto. What a great name. Hope I pronounced it right.
And it's one of those things at this age, well, I find hard is that the way he scored that try, just the twist of the hips at that millennial second.
Split second timing,
And
just as you reach for it as a defender.
And then it was gone, you know, and that was the difference.
Yeah.
Between that tag and the try, and sometimes it's such a skill, not only catching and passing, but just the movement on people's hips just to get away from them tagging you.
Yeah, and those little 1%ers that are specific to the sport as well, and once you start mastering those little skills, it certainly gives you an advantage.
Wellington got a breakout. Unfortunately, there was a good tag there.
Yeah.
It was probably just a lucky tag, and we would have been away. Wellington again, just trying to set up a play as they rotate their subs coming on. And unfortunately didn't quite get a kick away on the last tag, and that was good defence from the Hibiscus as a first tag straight into their halfway, so they're right on attack now. And so he's penalised for knocking the ball down. So Hibiscus well and truly on attack now with around 30 metres out from the line. Just about tripped over on that one.
Hibiscus got nice shape out on their left edge at the moment. That looks like their go-to side. Yeah, here we go. Oh, nice option there. Hit the front door on the unders line there, but unfortunately ran straight into the defender. And just like basketball, with a stationary defender, you must run to space. You can't run into a stationary defender. Contact for the defending team there. So the penalty against the attacker. Wellington there, nice transition, quick to respond.
Ball still alive, good work. Did he get that way? No, unlucky there. That was just a...
Yeah, some nice interplay there though on that right edge.
And they are playing, they're using that edge well. Coming back into the ruck, good tag there, Hibiscus Coast. As you can see, they're all set up here out on the left here. Unlucky there.
Little grubber in behind there, just couldn't quite regather that. It wasn't a bad move. Good ploy there.
That's the only thing with kicks, little kicks like that. The softer the kick, the less of the return bounce you're going to get. And if you just tap it, you actually have to bounce. You have to actually go down to pick it up, rather than one that you can just nicely bounces up into your hands.
And for the over 35s, those toes are a long way away. when you're trying to bend forward.
Near impossible to get pick up at full speed, if you can say that's full speed.
Yeah. Yeah, but Hibiscus, their youthful edge seems to be definitely in their favour at the moment here. Seems to be still full of running, but no, credit to Wellington though. They're still certainly in this game. It's only a 2-point margin at 3-1. So we were certainly not going to write them off. We've got a long way to go.
Good tag. Nice defence here by Wellington. They're certainly getting stretched on this right side, and they're going again. Late cut back in, still alive. Great defence here. They'll be happy with that, Wellington.
Yeah, last two times they've gone left. They've had a nice big lineup out left, but gone for the short ball on the unders. So good chance when they go left again, they'll go long. So just vary that play. Wellington, they look a bit more unpredictable, and as we saw in that last try as well, they've got nice set plays.
I know where Serena Clark is. Serena Clark, the manager of the East Auckland Open Women's, just need to come into the admin area. Serena Clark need to come into the admin area, manager of the Open Women's.
Oh, nice. Oh, that might be a penalty there. Just a little foot trip, but playing an advantage. No advantage played there.
Yeah.
There might be, someone might be getting a bit of a talking to. And he's been taking his tags off, so they're going to be down one, so there's going to be a bit of time on the side there.
Now we saw that in the previous game, and we thought that might have happened, so this referee has sort of followed through on that.
Yeah.
And so the chaser was taken off the ball, held back, and hence there it's a professional foul. He's given his tags in there, so he's going to go and have a little rest and leave his team short. So what's the rule now with him coming back into the game, officer?
I think there's either a couple of plays that the Wellington, the advantage that they have, obviously the numerical advantage of having one down, but There's about either a 2-minute time in the bin or a couple of plays
Or if they score.
or if they score, yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so
So they've lost that advantage
so they've
there.
lost that there, yeah. So they'll
So they'll play it out, and they might get another go, and then
get one more set.
you'll see the referee calling them back in and giving them tags, and with a couple of stern words to not do it again.
Okay, so Hibiscus here under the pump as we go to halftime. Defending their 3-1 lead, the 2-point advantage. So Wellington been very competitive, certainly in this match.
And just as the halftime hooter goes, the referee call in the player that was in the bin, and he's been given his tag back. So after halftime, they'll get to their full complement of 8 players.
There we go. Oh, I don't want to go too far. Yeah, I know, that's what I thought. I got to my ears.
Don't done it, oh my gosh.
I got to my
That
ears
would be
and I was
so
like,
funny, bro. Oh.
I felt to like pop over. So.
Go, Brianna. Turn sideways. Turn sideways.
Oh, that's scary.
Oh, that's good. Straight up, I think it was that hat that got my head stuck in. Or that was like different sizes. Go, try it.
And welcome back to the second half of the 35, the senior men's final. Hibiscus Coast leading in Wellington, 3-1. And then we have an unforced error and Hibiscus retain possession. Middle of the field here now, 3 meters off the try line. Nice tag from Wellington there. A pirouette from Hibiscus. Not quite doing the job. Nice footwork there from Mark Gowling as they go back out to the right edge there.
Nice hole there. That is a great little short ball. But they're going to go to the referee. I'll be interested to see, because either he was blocking or
if it was slightly forward. No.
That was a nice little short ball. Let's have a look at the replay on that. Hey, just holding him up here. Looks to chop in. And then just pops him off. A great hole he ran. Gee, but that was a good hole.
Great work there. The 23 there gets Spadotto.
There's another one, eh? He's been playing well. Spadotto. Again, apologies if we have pronounced that name incorrectly.
Gio Spadotto, eh? Nice solid Italian Fano there, no doubt. But 4-1 lead now to the Hibiscus Coast.
Surprised there's not a penalty there. Yep, contact there, just closing that gap there. So Wellington will get another set, another recount. Ooh.
Nice
Nice
tag.
there, good tag there. Really nice play down the edge there. It's going to be a foot race. Yes, excellent. Again, nice cut back on the ruck area, and then it's just a sheer numbers game.
Wellington coming back into the match. There it is, the cutback. Draw pass. And then hit the man in the hole. In space, running down the edge. Nice finish, Wellington. Well done.
Can we get the manager of
The 2-point ball game now. 4-2 to Hibiscus.
Serena? You need to come into the
That
admin area. Serena,
lovely try to Wellington.
you need to come into the admin area, please.
The chop back.
Hibiscus, though, they seem to make ground at will when they come back up the field. Very, very good go forward with their plays. And there we see why. Just a nice draw pass here, putting players into space.
That's a late tag on that one.
Yeah. Wellington can ill afford to give away those penalties. And they're behind by 2. They need to make sure they get their discipline right and just be sharper in their general play.
Nice little shimmy there, and from Hibiscus as they set up a play.
There's that nice little short ball again. It's the same man trying to set that up as well. They're 11 there, Blair Price. Nice work here. This is looking good out there. Nice ball movement there. But nice defence from Wellington on that occasion. Oh, there's a cutback option there, but the seven missed it there for Hibiscus. Ooh, this could be dangerous. Oh, lucky tag.
Good tag there, because he was going for all money there. So Wellington right back onto their 10-metre line.
Yeah, and the Wellington number 14 there, Lolly Fuimono, looked like he had the pace to go all the way too. It would have tied the match up, 2-pointer. But the score remains 4-2 with that 2-point margin to Hibiscus at the moment.
Could be a penalty there for grabbing the shorts.
Quick transition there for Hibiscus, but they're thrown away possession there with an unforced error.
The manager, you need to come into the Open Women's East Auckland. You need to come into the admin area as soon as possible.
Hey Serena, hurry up.
Here we go, Wellington. Plenty of time left on the clock. Just over 15 minutes, so definitely a ball game on here. Still lots to play for. Still both sides have a big chance here. Wellington certainly still in this game. Oh, and that's going to be a recount as well. That was knocked down by the 15. Tony Whatatau. So that's a restart there for Wellington. Great field position as well. Hibiscus really need to get their defensive sorted right now. Consolidate their 2-point lead. Setting up on the right edge here. Look for that lovely inside ball.
Good defence, well read.
Yeah, well covered by the 12 there. Set to Matafeo. Well spotted and well covered. Back door. I'll certainly asking the question, Wellington, but Hibiscus very up to the task there with their great defence. Defending their slender 2-point lead. Some good urgency on their own try line there. A lot of options on that left corridor for Wellington, so they did a lot of good work to shut that down. The handover there, so another good set of D from Wellington as well. Both sides playing well at the moment. It's a good close game. The ball's moving from end to end, side to side, so we're seeing a lot of good ball movement from both teams. Both teams prepared to throw the ball around. Yeah, nice little pirouette sends the Wellingtonian through there. Number 1 there, Vice Salatele. Great name, Vice. And that's that man again, Vice Salatele. In the last play.
Just trying to create something, probably bring them back for the little kick. Oh, and this
It's
is a
gone
recount.
down. It's a recount. Well done, well done. He drew that player up and got a restart. Nice work, Wellington.
Big moment here for Wellington.
Especially if they get a 2-punter.
Yeah, last sort of 10 minutes into the game and 11 minutes now. And
yeah.
And as you go, there's a 1 point right there.
Oh, there we go. Interesting. It's game on.
You know, it's going to be an interesting sort of, just over 10 minutes. It has changed a little bit in terms of the momentum of this game. Wellington is starting to string some plays together. Again, that was just a sheer overlap, manipulating that ruck area. And he just canted over there for 1 point. So Hibiscus Coast were a little bit guilty of probably just taking it a little bit easy, but Wellington coming back.
9. Luke Watine, nice
control there.
Nice work, Luke Watine. But yeah, again, that change of angle was the difference coming back.
That's right, and now the discipline's going to be really important now for both teams, I'd say. And
right.
the next team is to score, I'd say, would be the one that'll would possibly go through and win this final. So again, 2 penalties on the bounce. Wellington and they don't want to give this Hibiscus Coast any chance of getting out, and so that's their first tag, and they're almost out of their half. As you can see them stacking out here, there'll be a nice play coming over, probably late cut. They've been doing a lot of good late cuts lately. And corners where 2 go across and then late back from the 3rd player.
That was definitely on too. There's a long ball. I thought you were right to play before though, Officer. If they did the cut back, their option there, they had numbers on that right edge. It's a missed opportunity. Here we go, they might be able to get one here.
Oh, that's a try. Yeah, missed in the air.
Yeah.
No, is he giving a look? I think he's going to give it. The touch judge just checking, and a try is awarded. I think, like we were talking before on our first game, they're looking at that dive, and as long as you didn't dive into a player, so it was a backdoor play.
Yeah, and that could have been obstruction as well.
Obstruction, but the link there just a little bit guilty of not really attacking that hip and on that tag. And
yeah. And Hibiscus extend the lead back out to two points with a 5-3 lead now. That little 1 point lead was very short-lived, with them almost instantly replying in the very next set. So credit to Hibiscus and their resilience. It's a way to answer back your team when you get scored on. Best possible response. So just approaching the 8-minute mark now, so time starting to slip away for Wellington.
So that double round play didn't quite work for them. Just the outside link and winger just not hitting onto the ball, just receiving a static ball. So
yeah,
just gives the Hibiscus team a chance to plant an attack. The second one now coming onto their 3rd tag. Now they're into the 10-metre line, 12 out from the line. So their nice plays into the ruck seem to be working for them. And watch how they manipulate the mark, and mark is coming out a bit early, then they go back in. Nice tag. That was actually a really nice move.
It was. Nice little short ball on the inside. Okay.
So they've come back.
Last play. Oh, no, it was a handover.
And over, not.
Try.
On the spot.
You guys are a bit like the spectators,
Oh, and Tamati gets the run too. Throws it long. Oh, teabag, got him. Get him, teabag, yeah.
Wellington going to the edge.
It's just for the luck,
Well, Hibiscus is still full of energy there. Their defence has still got lots of energy, pushing up and working together. Pushing up in numbers as well. No, they're not just flying out of the line.
Oh, that was not disastrous play the ball there, and Wellington. Oh, and that one there too. That might be. Yes, it's a.
Yeah, give it straight back.
Give it straight back. So the fatigue is certainly setting in for both teams. Mind you, it's been 3 days off.
Yeah.
Full on tag, and in particular, if you're going up and down a grade and age group, it can be taxing, as you can see them really sort of stretching the last over 5 minutes left on this final. Both teams are doing really well.
Oh yeah, I'd take my head off to anybody who can run for 3 days. And especially a full credit to these guys who are doing it over 35 as well. So it's a wonderful testament to their fitness and to their work ethic.
Oh, nice little kick. I don't think it reached the 50-10 of the 10. I think it's just short, probably about 12
that
metres
was a
out.
fucking knock on. You seen it?
And apologise for any of those people. That's not actually from our commentary box, by the way. It's from a mic that's down on the field.
Sorry guys, that was Casey.
Yeah, some of the beauties of live television there. Just some of the atmospheric comments coming through. So please disregard those. And so as the clock ticks down to our last 4 minutes, Hibiscus defending their 5-3 lead, the 2-point margin. With Wellington hot on attack on halfway. So no doubt there will be fatigue setting in for some of these players.
Nice little kick there. The bounce is right. No, he must have been called offside.
Yeah, he was.
So
unlucky.
advantage plays.
Just a step or two in front, unfortunately. Idea was right, though, but unfortunately just a tad offside.
They're coming on the last sort of 3 minutes of the game, and let's see if these teams are going to finish strongly. There's still a bit of fire in the leagues. There's Hibiscus Coast on their second tag come out on the return ball. Still not quite.
You can't really say until the whistle blows, but yeah, Hibiscus certainly goes defending that 2-point lead. But we saw in the previous match when Auckland Central scored right on the full time to tie the match. Unfortunately for us, on screen we didn't know it was actually a tie. We had an incorrect score. It was actually a last-minute try that tied the match up at 4-4. So it's a possibility here, but currently Hibiscus are leading 5-3 with 2.5 minutes to go.
Wellington have to put a really good play together. This Hibiscus defence is pretty solid, but you bet your bottom dollar they'll be protecting that 2-point zone. No, they wouldn't mind them. I don't think they don't mind them scoring a 1 point, but they'll be
If they
looking
could
after
see
that
them,
middle.
they actually could be tactical, officer?
That's right, and I think sometimes they do that. They know,
Yeah.
well, if you've got in the bag, or if there's a sin bin, you protect the 2-point zone.
Yeah.
And there he goes. There, he's going to try and get in there.
Oh.
So we've got a 1 point. Oh no, we haven't got a 1 point. Yeah, we've got a 1 point game now.
It's a 1 point game, but but they have to kick the ball off now. So it's Hibiscus's ball now. So it's whether or not they can chew up that whole minute and a half.
Well, the other way of getting it back is if they kick a 50-10 or it goes dead.
Yeah.
So, this is important. And we haven't seen too many because of this wind here. Teams that are kicking well. So, they need no mistake there. And so they just need to control the ball.
Oh.
Ooh.
I don't think you need to draw passes at this time, gentlemen.
Yep.
No, but they've
As they're
gone.
breaking
They've
out.
gone.
That's lucky there. So they just really, and that's the first tag. So
Wow. That's pretty courageous throwing the ball around when you've got a 2-point lead inside the last minute.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 point lead, I should say.
Courage does favour the brave, so they're brave enough there for their second tag.
Yep.
So they're right up there now. They could really put it away now with a 1-pointer. And no, good tag from Wellington. God, just imagine if they gave an intercept and it was a foot race.
Wow.
It could be all on there for more money. So they're not out of it at all.
Wow.
With the game of tag that you can score 2-pointer. They could come away and win this with the last 37 seconds left of this game.
Oh, there it
It's
is.
not meant to be. And
But as you said, Fisa, fortune favours the brave. And there it is, confirmation. As we run down into the last 15 seconds of the match. Yeah, but a top final for the Wellington boys as well. They've done a great job playing above their grade. But congratulations to Hibiscus taking out the grand final in the men's seniors.
well, I was going to say there
6
might have been a
points to
2-pointer there.
Yeah,
It
it could have been. Yeah. Thanks.
I don't want to speak too soon, but great game there from. Good win from the Hibiscus Coast. Again, from the saying of the Sean Fitzpatrick School. Full credit to the Wellington side for putting on a really brave effort. And again, it's always a great achievement, even
So
to
this
make
open
the final.
women's, eh?
So well done to Hibiscus Coast
East
and
Auckland,
Wellington.
Porirua. Wow, cool. Okay.
And may they have safe travels, enjoy their victory, and safe travels back to their homes.
And we're just going to have a short break now. We'll be back with you shortly with the Open Women's Final for the 2019 Tag Nationals.
Coverage of the New Zealand Tag Nationals 2019 is proudly brought to you by SAS Sport.